Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People is an important read for organizational business students. Through its in-depth exploration on how to improve daily interactions, specifically communications, to become more favored by those around you, it shows students how to become more influential in their life and organizational endeavors. The fundamental techniques to handling someone is where he starts, and this assists an everyday person improve their communications and interactions with others. By opening the book with this section, Dale encourages readers to look at their own attitudes, behaviors, and interactions with others. Regardless of professional stature, the summary is: be kind, be gentle, and make the other person the star of the conversation, always. This is the ideal starting place for all organizational business students. Keep an eye out for more key advices throughout the video. The first concept relevant to organizational business students and consistent without fail is being genuinely and actively interested in the other person's life, goals, and emotions. The world is full of people grabbing and self-seeking. Be selfless and stand out. Dale Carnegie. Having the skill to make someone feel important all the time can be hard, but sometimes a simple smile or remembering someone's name is all it takes. Every single organizational business student is chasing management or executive status in their career endeavors. However, this book shows us that the notion of helping others without the promise of return is simple and can be applied to any relationship, regardless of extroversion. Desires are innate to every individual and are at the core of what we do. Some are small, some are large. To find people coming to you as a friend, you must ignite these ideas within them, but also help them see them out to full fulfillment. Usual human behavior would state that it is too much to give without the promise of return. So, therefore, arousing an eager want within someone and helping them achieve it is the quickest way to incur a feeling of genuine connection. Remembering still, always make the other person feel the most important. Similarly to the above topics, to win friends and influence people, you have to make it about them, always. Yes, at times it can be necessary to have yourself on the podium answering questions, but this should be only momentarily. Really influencing someone towards your way of thinking requires selflessness. Don't be critical of their actions and show genuine appreciation. Dale shows us both simple and strategic ways of applying these familiar skills to enhance organizational relationships. However, as organizational business students, it's important for us to find the right way to implement these tools without oversimplifying them. Now, the oversimplification of genuine interest doesn't take into account the deeper complexities of human behavior, especially in a superficial or transactional environment where people might not reciprocate such interest. While this is undeniably valuable, the idea that one can be genuinely interested in someone and expect a meaningful connection could be too simplistic. It's only when people have the courage to be imperfect and the compassion to be kind as themselves that they therefore create genuine connection. Taking this further, a more nuanced approach would be to acknowledge that genuine interest doesn't guarantee positive results in all relationships, where mutual interest and respect are key to forming great bonds. When in Teams meetings and actively engaging in conversation, once you speak, genuinely ask for a response. This creates dialogue instead of monologue, fostering mutual respect and understanding. If you've helped a colleague on one of their projects, ask them to help you on one of yours too. The key is to frame it as a mutual exchange rather than an expectation. And when partaking in team projects, make sure that you understand everyone's strengths and then engage them accordingly. This way, everyone is equally engaged. Another potential issue that arises within this book is the concept of selflessness and helping without the expectation of return. While this idea is rooted in selflessness, it may encourage others to overextend themselves and neglect their own needs. Think about this. You're in a group environment in your Monash. You volunteered to take on extra work within your group project. However, as deadlines approach, you realize that your teammate haven't done their part, and now you're not only responsible for your tasks, but for theirs too. This results in frustration, resentment, and possibly burnout. To foster mutual respect and understanding, the encouragement of reciprocal selflessness is a more realistic and sustainable way to approach this relationship. It's key to set boundaries and communicate clearly from the beginning. You could say, I'm happy to help, but everybody needs to contribute their ideas fairly by this date. Let's agree on our responsibilities so that no one is left doing more than each other. Additionally, regularly check in to maintain that people are doing what they said they'd do. This will prevent you from doing other people's work last minute. Remember now, don't kick the beehive. When approaching other students or colleagues, be kind in your approach. It may just be as simple as saying, hey, I'd love to help. I'm really busy right now, but we can schedule in some time on a Tuesday and we'll work it out then. This way, you're helping without overextending yourself. In this way, if we can learn to work on our individual differences, both our agreeableness and our consciousness will rise, creating a happier and more efficient workplace. Now, did you catch my key advices? Be genuinely and actively interested in the other person's life, goals, emotions, and work. Always help others without the promise of return. Always make the other person feel like the star of the show. Emphasize the importance of balance and mutual understanding within your relationships. Encourage the idea of reciprocal selflessness, so nobody gets burnt out. These are the tools that every organizational business student can take away from Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Throughout this book, Dale has made ways of thinking, communicating, and interacting within an organization extremely digestible. So if you're still wondering if this is the book for you to read, go and ask yourself, do you want to win friends and influence people? The answer is yes. Our personal relationships and morale tie into our workplace culture. This is what creates organizational success. That's what we're all chasing. Organizations are dynamic, and so are the people within them. Dynamic world, be consistent in your approach. Be kind, be genuine, and you will win friends and influence people.